Welcome if you dare. You've stepped into a world where shadows whisper, where every creak in the floor holds a secret. And tonight, you're about to hear a story that will haunt your dreams. Before we begin, make sure you're not alone, or you're ready to uncover what really happened in today's story. Don't forget to subscribe if you're brave enough, because what lurks in this channel is far more terrifying. Let's begin. The night was a symphony of howling winds and creaking timbers at the old farmhouse, where Grandma Edna lived alone with her assortment of antique treasures. Of all the relics she had amassed over her 86 years, the grand gilded mirror in her bedroom was her pride and curiosity. The mirror had ornate flourishes at its top, curving like the branches of an ancient, enchanted tree. Its surface, although dusted with age, gleamed under the moonlight that sliced through the window, casting strange shadows that danced unpredictably across the room. It was on one stormy evening when the mirror began to behave strangely. Grandma Edna, nestled in her rocking chair with a quilt drawn over her, glanced toward the mirror and saw not her reflection, but the silhouette of a bustling old street with horse-drawn carriages clattering across cobblestones. A chill ran down her spine, and she drew the quilt tighter, stubbornly insisting in her mind that her evening tea had been too strong or her eyes too tired. Just a trick of the light, she mumbled to herself. But as midnight prowled closer, the mirror continued its haunting performance, displaying historical vignettes that weren't quite like any film or book Grandma had encountered. It captured vivid moments, turning each view into a living diorama. She watched as a Victorian woman in opulent garb sashayed across a room and, most unsettlingly, gazed directly through the mirror at Edna, a ghostly hand reaching out before fading to shadow. The boundary between fear and curiosity blurred, and Grandma Edna, a woman whose strength endured longer than the modern town that cradled her home, moved cautiously toward the mirror. With a trembling hand, she touched its surface, cold, so chillingly cold that it seemed to pull the warmth from her very bones. Over the following nights, Edna gathered her courage. She took notes of the scenes depicted: birthdays, funerals, gatherings teeming with faces she couldn't place and yet felt uncannily familiar. It was only when she saw a portrayal of a young girl laying flowers at a gravesite and recognized the torn hem of her longtime favorite dress that realization gripped her heart. "That's me," she whispered, the words hanging icily in the air. Desperate for answers, Grandma Edna turned to the only family she had left, her granddaughter, Lucy. The next morning, she called the sprightly college student, who arrived with an insatiable curiosity matched only by her grandmother's. "So you're saying the mirror shows scenes from the past?" Lucy asked. Skepticism nestled comfortably in her voice as she settled into the old rocking chair. "Not just any past," Edna replied. "Our past, my past, and who knows who else's." Intrigued despite herself, Lucy continued. "It's hard to believe, Grandma, but can I see it for myself?" Both women sat before the mirror as shadows began to dance again between the gilded edges. Lucy's expression shifted from doubt to awe, then to unease, as the mirror divulged a long-forgotten secret, a hidden affair of Edna's great-grandmother, clandestinely in love with the town minister. "I never knew," Edna marveled. "My mother never spoke of this. What if some secrets are meant to stay hidden?" "Grandma," Lucy wondered aloud, the echo of her words rippling through the room. The nights that followed revealed secrets darker and fiercer. The mirror showed tragedies and heartbreak. A child lost to illness, a farm boy conscripted and never to return, whispers of scandal that cracked the facade of a carefully curated family history. With each revelation, the shadows seemed to grow, suffocating the light. It was on the seventh night that the mirror began to hum, a low frequency, that made the wooden floorboards vibrate. As if compelled by unseen forces, Edna and Lucy watched the mirror narrate its last scene. It played an event they both recognized with intimate and poignant familiarity. The night Edna's husband, dear old Charles, passed away, tears sprang unabated as the events unfolded anew. But then, Charles' reflection took his final breath, where instead of the heartache she remembered, a soft, comforting light emanated around him. His younger self turned toward Edna, within the mirror, lips forming the words, "Be brave, overcome." Edna clutched Lucy's hand, and with one last effort, the mirror unveiled its final secret, an expansive web of interconnected lives, each thread weaving through Edna's own history, demonstrating how each decision, each moment of courage, fear, or love had shaped her existence. And with that, the mirror fell silent. The scenes faded, leaving only Edna and Lucy staring back at themselves, reflections in a world made a little less mysterious. Well, Edna sighed eventually. I suppose that's why they call them family secrets. Lucy nodded, squeezing her grandmother's hand. But maybe the mirror knew you needed to see these things to understand. With a gentle smile, Edna whispered, "Perhaps some mysteries are meant to teach us, not haunt us." As the first light of dawn crept over the fields, painting the room in warm hues, the mirror reflected back only their present selves, intricately woven individuals bound by history and love, no longer mere echoes of the past. As the days passed, Grandma Edna and Lucy found themselves drawn back to the mirror, sitting before it in silence, watching as the shadows danced across its surface. The mirror seemed to have revealed all its secrets, and yet there was a sense of peace that had settled over the old farmhouse. Edna's eyes, once clouded with the weight of her memories, now sparkled with a newfound understanding. Lucy, too, had been changed by the experience. She had always known her grandmother as a strong, resilient woman, but now she saw her in a new light. Edna's stories, once fragmented and disjointed, now made sense in the context of the mirror's revelations. The young woman felt a deep connection to her grandmother and to the history that had shaped her. One evening, as they sat before the mirror, Lucy turned to Edna and asked, "Grandma, what do you think the mirror's purpose was? Why did it show us all these secrets?" Edna's eyes wandered, lost in thought. "I'm not sure, dear. Perhaps it was to help us understand ourselves and our place in the world. Or maybe it was simply to show us the beauty and complexity of our family's history." Lucy nodded, her mind whirling with possibilities. "I think it was a little bit of both," she said. "The mirror showed us the good and the bad, the happy moments and the sad ones. It showed us that our lives are made up of all these moments, and that they all contribute to who we are today." Edna smiled, her eyes shining with tears. "You're right, Lucy. The mirror showed us that our lives are precious, and that every moment counts." As the night wore on, they sat in comfortable silence, watching as the stars twinkled to life outside. The mirror, once a source of mystery and fear, had become a symbol of their shared history, and the bond that connected them. In the weeks that followed, Lucy returned to college, but she and Edna remained close, talking frequently about the mirror and its secrets. Edna began to write down her stories, filling notebook after notebook with tales of her life and the lives of those who had come before her. The mirror, now a quiet observer, hung on the wall, its surface reflecting the passing of time. Edna would occasionally glance at it, a soft smile on her face, knowing that its secrets were safe and that its stories would live on through her and Lucy. Years went by, and Edna grew older. Lucy would visit her whenever she could, bringing her own children to meet their great-grandmother. Edna would tell them stories of the mirror, and the secrets it had revealed. And the children would listen with wide eyes, fascinated by the magic of it all. One day, as Edna lay in her bed, her life slipping slowly away, Lucy sat beside her, holding her hand. Edna's eyes, cloudy with age, looked up at Lucy, and she whispered, "I'm glad we had the mirror, dear. It showed us the beauty of our family's history and the love that connects us all." Lucy smiled, tears streaming down her face. "I'm glad too, Grandma. I'll always treasure the stories you told me and the secrets the mirror revealed." As Edna's eyes closed and her breathing slowed, Lucy felt a sense of peace settle over her. She knew that Edna's legacy would live on through the stories she had told and the love that had been shared between them. The mirror, still hanging on the wall, reflected the quiet of the room. Its surface calm and serene, its secrets were safe, and its stories would continue to be told, passed down through generations. A testament to the power of love and family. In the end, the mirror had shown Edna and Lucy that the past is not just a series of events, but a web of connections that bind us all together. It had shown them that every moment, every decision, and every story is a thread in the intricate tapestry of our lives. And as they looked back on the secrets the mirror had revealed, they knew that they would always treasure the lessons it had taught them. The old farmhouse, once a place of mystery and fear, had become a symbol of love and connection. The mirror, once a source of wonder, had become a reminder of the power of family and the stories that shape us. And as the sun set over the fields, casting a warm glow over the room, Edna's legacy lived on. A testament to the enduring power of love and family was a mirror that revealed the secrets of our family's history, she said, her eyes shining with nostalgia. It showed us the good and the bad, the happy moments and the sad ones. It showed us that our lives are made up of all these moments, and that they all contribute to who we are today. The children leaned in, fascinated by the stories of their ancestors. Lucy told them of Edna's bravery and the way she had faced the challenges of her life with courage and determination. She told them of the mirror's revelations and the way it had brought their family closer together. As she spoke, the mirror seemed to come alive in her hands. Its surface reflected the faces of her loved ones and the memories they had shared. Lucy felt a sense of connection to her grandmother and to the generations that had come before her. The children listened with wide eyes, mesmerized by the stories of their family's past. They asked questions, and Lucy answered, sharing the secrets the mirror had revealed. As the night wore on, the room grew quiet, filled with the warmth and love of the family's history. Lucy's grandchildren grew up, and they had children of their own. But the mirror remained, a symbol of the family's legacy and the stories that had shaped them. It hung on the wall, its surface reflecting the passing of time and the memories that had been shared. Years turned into decades, and the mirror continued to reflect the family's history. It saw generations come and go, each one adding their own chapter to the story of the family's past. And through it all, the mirror remained, a testament to the power of love and family. One day, a young girl, Lucy's great-granddaughter, sat in front of the mirror, staring at its surface. She had heard the stories of the mirror's secrets, and she was curious. As she looked, she saw a glimpse of the past, a moment in time that had been long forgotten. The girl's eyes widened in wonder, and she reached out a hand to touch the mirror's surface. As she did, she felt a connection to her ancestors and to the stories that had been passed down through the generations. The mirror seemed to come alive, reflecting the girl's own story and the memories she would make. It showed her the love and laughter, the tears and triumphs that would shape her life. And as she looked, the girl knew that she was a part of something bigger than herself, a family legacy that would continue to unfold. The mirror's secrets would live on, passed down through the generations, a testament to the power of love and family. And as the girl smiled, knowing that she was a part of it all, the mirror's surface reflected the beauty and complexity of the family's history, a reminder of the moments that had shaped them and the love that had connected them all. The girl's name was Emily, and she was fascinated by the mirror's secrets. She spent hours in front of it, watching as the scenes from the past unfolded. She saw her ancestors' struggles and triumphs, their loves and losses, and with each new revelation, she felt a deeper connection to her family's history. As Emily grew older, she began to realize that the mirror's secrets were not just about the past, but also about the present and the future. She saw glimpses of her own life and the choices she would make. She saw the people she would meet and the paths she would take. The mirror's revelations were both exhilarating and terrifying. Emily felt like she was holding a double-edged sword, with the power to shape her own destiny. She knew that she had the power to make choices, to forge her own path, and to create her own future. But she also knew that the mirror's secrets were not set in stone. The future was not predetermined, and the choices she made would shape the course of her life. Emily felt a sense of responsibility, knowing that she had the power to create her own destiny. As she navigated the challenges of growing up, Emily returned to the mirror again and again, seeking guidance and wisdom. She would sit in front of it, asking questions and seeking answers. And though the mirror's secrets were not always clear, Emily knew that she was on a journey of self-discovery and that the mirror was her guide. Years passed, and Emily grew into a strong and confident woman. She made her own choices and forged her own path. And though the mirror's secrets continued to reveal themselves to her, she knew that she was the master of her own destiny. One day, Emily stood in front of the mirror, looking at her own reflection. She saw a woman who was strong, resilient, and determined. She saw a woman who had faced challenges and overcome them. And she saw a woman who was ready for whatever the future held. The mirror's surface seemed to ripple like the surface of a pond. And then, in a flash of insight, Emily saw the entirety of her life. She saw the moments of joy and the moments of sorrow. She saw the people she had loved and the people she had lost. And she saw the legacy she would leave behind. In that moment, Emily knew that she had lived a full and meaningful life. She knew that she had made her mark on the world and that her legacy would live on. And as she looked at the mirror, she smiled, knowing that she had lived her life with purpose and that she had left her own unique imprint on the world. The mirror's secrets had been revealed, and Emily had lived her life accordingly. She had faced challenges and overcome them. She had loved and lost, and she had left her mark on the world. The mirror's surface seemed to fade, like a ghostly apparition, and then it was gone, leaving Emily to ponder the secrets it had revealed. But Emily knew that she would never forget the lessons she had learned from the mirror. She would carry them with her always, and she would pass them on to her own children and grandchildren. The mirror's secrets would live on, a testament to the power of love, family, and legacy. And so, Emily's story came full circle. She had discovered the mirror's secrets, and she had lived her life accordingly. She had faced challenges and overcome them, and she had left her mark on the world. The mirror may be gone, but its legacy will live on, a reminder of the power of family, love, and determination. As Emily looked back on her life, she realized that the mirror's secrets had been a blessing in disguise. They had given her a sense of purpose and direction, and had helped her to navigate the challenges of life. She had lived a full and meaningful life, and she had no regrets. Emily's story became a legend, passed down through generations of her family. People would talk about the magical mirror and the secrets it had revealed. They would whisper about the power of the mirror and the way it had changed Emily's life. And though the mirror was gone, its legacy lived on. It lived on in the hearts of Emily's family and in the stories they told about her. It lived on in the lessons they had learned from her and in the way they lived their own lives. Years turned into decades and decades turned into centuries. But the story of the magical mirror remained, a testament to the power of love, family, and legacy. It remained a reminder that our lives are shaped by the choices we make, and that we have the power to create our own destiny. And so, the story of Emily and the magical mirror came to an end, but its legacy would live on, inspiring generations to come. It would remind them of the power of love, family, and determination, and it would encourage them to live their lives with purpose and to never give up on their dreams. I hope you enjoyed the story. Let me know if you have any other requests or questions.